With its really practical design, standard all-wheel drive, and go-anywhere type of attitude, is the 4th generation SJ Subaru Forester worth your look in the used vehicle market? Watch this complete buyer's guide and find out. In terms of the exterior design of the SJ Forester, it was a departure from the previous generation SH Forester. Namely, the SH was more of a lifted wagon type of look, whereas the SJ brought in a more unified SUV style look that was popular with many consumers. This design afforded the Forester 8.7 inches of ground clearance, which was higher than many other crossovers and SUVs. Yet, the Forester still maintained a low step-in, entry, and exit height, which was also enhanced with the redesign by offering wider opening rear doors and side sills that were 2 inches lower than before. With this design, the Forester maintained its reputation for having a wonderful greenhouse. You can clearly see out of the vehicle with excellent visibility, and all of the glass does provide the cabin with an airy and spacious feel. And through the use of Subaru's clever and efficient design ethos and engineering, the exterior of the Subaru SJ wasn't much larger than the previous SH generation, but boasted much better interior cargo volume and legroom. For the 2017 model year, Subaru gave the Forester a mid-cycle refresh. Revisions to the exterior included new bumpers for the naturally aspirated models, a new grille design, redesigned headlights with a sleeker look and Subaru's C-shape motif, and the taillights also offered a C-shape with LED illumination. While the revisions to the exterior weren't really extensive, they did help create and maintain interest in the Forester brand and allowed it to maintain its strong sales position within the midsize SUV segment. The Forester 2.0 XT shown above is Subaru's higher-end trim model for the Forester. It also makes more power, and therefore it has a more aggressive front fascia with vertical air intakes and dual exhausts out the back. In contrast to the 2.0 XT model, the naturally aspirated version, shown here, has a less aggressive front fascia, a single exit exhaust system, and less aggressive alloy wheels. However, it's still a handsome vehicle, and no matter which Forester you choose, you'll know that you'll be getting a very capable, practical, and stylish vehicle. When looking at the interior of the SJ generation Forester, the main difference from the previous SH generation is that the head unit now sits below the air vents versus sitting on top of them. This helps to create a more modern interior and places the air vents in the ideal location. Additionally, on top of the air vents, now there's an infotainment screen that gives you pertinent vehicle information, and you can scroll through the menu systems to get to the accurate settings and data that you wish to see. Higher trim models were also available with niceties like a navigation system, heated seats, leather upholstery, a panoramic sunroof, and leather-wrapped steering wheel. Additionally, there was a manual transmission offered on the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter engine. In terms of the interior volume and cargo space for all passengers, space is aplenty. There's plenty of room for the front passengers to really relax and make sure that they're as comfortable as possible. Additionally, the rear passengers also have plenty of room. So it's a win-win situation because this SUV caters to everybody in the family, and you can also have space for your dog in the back. With the facelift in 2017, the Forester got some enhanced convenience and comfort features. There was added soundproofing to provide a more comfortable ride, and thicker door glass and restructured door seals to really help with wind noise and noise vibration and harshness. Additionally, underfloor insulation and an acoustic windshield further contributed to giving you a quieter, more refined cabin. In terms of the engines available for the 4th generation SJ Forester, there was 2 different boxer engines available. The first was a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter making 170 horsepower, followed by a 2-liter turbo making 250 horsepower. The turbo was only offered with the CVT transmission, whereas the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter was available with a CVT or a manual transmission. The one nice thing about these engines was that the oil filter was placed in a very nice area to make oil changes a breeze. Additionally, having that unique boxer design gives it a really compact footprint, a unique sound, and a good amount of power and torque. So no matter which engine you got, you did have enough power to get you where you needed to go. Enthusiasts will prefer the 2-liter turbo engine as it is no longer offered on the newest Subaru Foresters, and it gives the Subaru Forester performance that rivals a lot of other cars with a low 0 to 60 time and great torque. The turbocharged models feature a sport-tuned suspension with 18-inch wheels, larger brakes, and ventilated front and rear rotors. They also have the SI drive selector. The Forester's 4-wheel independent suspension also delivers really acceptable handling with a highly compliant ride quality. And the nice thing about the Forester suspension is that it gives you a really smooth ride, but also offers good ground clearance, so you can really get to the areas you want to go if you're an adventurous person or like going off the beaten path. Another benefit of the Forester is the standard symmetrical all-wheel drive system. For Foresters equipped with the 6-speed manual, they utilize a viscous coupling locking center differential that distributes torque 50-50 and transfers more torque to the wheels with the best traction if slippage occurs. Now for vehicles with the Lineartronic CVT, it utilizes an electronically controlled and managed continuously variable transfer clutch that actively manages torque distribution based on acceleration, deceleration, cornering, and available traction. Subaru does have a strong commitment to a foundation of safety, and the Forester is built around the company's proven ring-shaped reinforcement frame design. Some of the safety features that debuted on this generation of Forester include anti-whiplash front seats, a driver's knee airbag, a brake override, and impact sensing fuel cutoff system. Their commitment to safety has given the Forester very high ranks in all safety metrics and crash tests. In terms of the options and specifications available on the SJ Forester, the basic models were only available with the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, whereas the higher trim models like the 2.0-liter XT Premium was available with the turbocharged engine, the high-torque Lineartronic CVT transmission, SI drive, and a sport cloth interior. Additionally, things like the Limited and the Touring trims gave you a lot more luxury-oriented features that would make your vehicle almost near a entry-level luxury style SUV. Debuting on the 2014 Forester, Eyesight was a driver assistance system that used a stereo camera system that was specially developed by Subaru to integrate adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking, and vehicle lane departure warnings. For 2017, that technology was updated to get new color cameras to provide a wider and longer field of vision. Now, the system integrated adaptive cruise control, automatic pre-collision braking, lane departure, and sway warnings. The driver-selectable X mode was also available on higher trim models with the CVT transmission. It incorporated a hill descent control system, and when engaged, the X mode optimizes the control of the engine, transmission shift pattern, active all-wheel drive front and rear clutch force, brakes, and VDC to optimize wheel control on slippery surfaces and steep inclines. If you're looking for a second-hand SJ Forester, what are some common issues to be mindful of? First, you'll want to talk to the owner about the oil consumption of the engine. It's been heavily reported that 14 through 18 Foresters consume a lot of oil between oil changes. This is especially true if you're considering purchasing a manual transmission Forester. While the issue is much more prevalent on the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter engine, some owners have reported of excessive oil consumption with the turbocharged 2.0-liter. If you're considering the purchase of a used Forester with the CVT transmission, lots of owners are complaining about jerkiness, shudders, hesitations, and even stalling. In fact, this has forced Subaru to extend the CVT warranty on over 1.5 million vehicles. The sensor for the windshield washer fluid is built into the tank, so if it gives you an error message and you have to replace it, you're forced to replace the whole assembly, which can cost hundreds of dollars. Many owners are reporting that the windshields are very weak and crack even with the littlest pebbles, which requires a complete windshield replacement, and if you have the Eyesight system, a recalibration of that system, which can cost hundreds of dollars at the Subaru dealership. What's my verdict on the SJ Generation Forester? Well, I give it 8 out of 10 burnouts. It's practical, it can take you anywhere, it has standard all-wheel drive, it's really roomy, and has excellent visibility. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have a wonderful day.